Hello everybody, I am sorry I am so late. I don't know why my camera is also coming in like bright yellow right now. I switched out the cameras, but for some reason I think I need to replace these lights. Like they're gross. It looks so yellow. I hate everything about it. Anyway, so it was a camera malfunction, and then it was I had to switch out the camera, and then there was something wrong with my mics. So today is not the day. Here we go. Let's do this. I'm gonna hold on. Oh, excuse me. What the heck? Okay, keep that on 0. We're gonna bring this. I'm gonna bring this down a little bit. Bring the brightness up a little bit. No, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I'm sorry. I really think it's just a lack of light up here. Oh man, I don't know about you. I just hate yellow light bulbs so much. So, yeah, do you like my Goofy movie switcher? Maybe that's part of it. I was trying to do a white balance it. Do I have like a CD over here? Let's zoom in and see if this will change this at all. White balance, white. I feel like it helped for a second, and then it turns it all yellow. Oh man, stressing me out. I hate yellow, so not like as a concept. Like this color, it's fine. I gotta fix this too. Sorry, I am frazzled. God, you go in a habit of doing something for like a hot second, and just the world, it feels like it all falls apart, right? How is everybody doing? How are we doing this week? I didn't even set up the Nintendo. I was gonna play some Nintendo. I can still set it up while I'm talking to you. I guess I can get up and move, but yes, again, I am so sorry for keeping everybody waiting. I was just trying to get this all correct. Honestly, I might actually just change this. I might change this into a manual mode so that I can see it. So please, I'm gonna still talk, and just keep going amongst yourselves. I'm just gonna go switch around to the other side of this camera and switch the settings. But yeah, I thought this week we could chit chat about see what's going on with everybody, play some games, and I don't know, just talk about the usual. I've seen some movies. Well, I've seen a movie, I should say. I've seen some movies, but I'm gonna see if this helps any better. Now, that's just the yellow is driving me insane. Also, what in the world was this CD I picked up? Boondock Saints, the movie thing. Okay, this is now like too bright. I've gone the wrong way. Okay, so let's see what we... Nope, didn't do anything. Still yellow. Still me, Michael. And I think this is an autofocus too. Great. Or manual focus. I think I might have messed up when I was taking pictures before. Anyway, normally a better prepared person would have had this all taken care of ahead of time, but it's not me. Sorry. Sorry to break everybody's heart. Oh God, gross. Shade, cloudy. Oh, iridescent. Maybe that's gonna help us. Ouch, I banged my knee. Oh my God, night and day. Isn't it? Now I look human again. Okay. Yeah, when I was out of frame, it was. I do think it might be yellow reflecting from the sweatshirt right now, anyways. But here we are. Now I'm going to collect myself here for a moment. I'm going to have a beer. This is my first beer of the day. Oh, I was like, where are my coasters? I got this beer on a recent trip to Texas, where I was last week. That's why I've been a little quiet on the social media side of things and everything. But this is called Electric Jellyfish. This is by Pint House, and I haven't seen it anywhere around here, I don't think. I'm going to actively look for it, though, because it's so good. I had it on my last trip to Texas, my first trip to Texas, I should say, which was last, when did I go? I think it was like the very beginning of June or something like that. But this trip was a lot of fun. I went to go see Muse. I went to visit my one of my best friends, CJ, out there. I did just wash my hands because I just realized that was gross of me to lick them. and we did a lot of fun stuff. Like, oh my God, I ate so much food, so much food. There's a pizza place in Austin. It's a chain. I think it's called like 313. They do that like square Detroit style pizza. If you do not like deep dish pizza, I'm going to describe this. It's not deep dish pizza, but it is thick pizza. But it's like it's like the sauce is irrelevant to it. It's so good. There's one here I like called Soto Square Pizza that they just opened. That's so good. If you are ever find yourself out there, you got to go try it. There's like a Brazilian boba, something like that. It's so good. It's got like little hot honey drizzled on top of it. Normally I don't like the sweet and savory, but it was on fire. Oh, thank you, Amy. I'm actually, the piggyback is this current Stranger Things poster, and this will be changing out. I haven't decided what the next one is, but I will be changing that out tomorrow, even though this one is definitely my favorite of them, I think. I got to rotate. I told myself every 2 months I was going to rotate this out, so that's going to rotate out soon, so that'll be a big surprise, but we went to... what else did we do when I was in Austin? We went out. We went to some of his favorite spots because, he wanted to show me all his favorite local haunts. And also he plays on like a gay football league. And so I went to the game on Saturday and it was cold and I loved it because I had to wear like 3 layers. It was wonderful. They won. And it was just kind of cool to really see this like big, I feel like community. I know there is like LGBTQIA plus like sporting teams in Orlando, but it felt different. It was like there's just this interesting dynamic. But I feel like I have the shutter speed on this. Oh, nope, we're going the wrong way. I have the shutter speed on this, I think, too high. I think it needs to be at like 60 and then turn this down. Sorry, the film person in me is like, I think the sound and it has to do with how the computer captures it. Like when you're 30 frames versus 24, I think my camera is set to 24, but I think this is trying to do 30. Because like a talk show would be 30, but a movie would be like 24 frames a second. So I feel like my framing's a little off, but that's just me. Also, I gotta get better lights because my eyes. So we did that, and like his brother was there, so I finally got to meet like his brother and the fiance and all that stuff, and then we kind of went out with a bunch of his friends, and then Sunday we did like a fun Sunday brunch in an area I hadn't been to in Austin yet called The Domain, which is like, to me it looked like everything was like brand new over there, like brand new shopping centers, brand new apartments, brand new everything, but it looked like you were almost on like a movie set. It like had that kind of like very like perfect shine to it. Like everything was clean, like everything was well manicured. It looked like I swear, like something out of a movie. Like I know that we have that sort of some stuff here, but like it was like the theme park version of a shopping mall. But even then, it was like cleaner than the theme parks. So it was like, it was weird. It was cool, but it was so distinctly different too from like other areas I've been to. But in Austin so far, but it was a lot of fun. We went to a place there called Wonder Bar that was just like made for Instagram. I did make a bunch of little videos of that place on my phone, so I'm gonna have a little video to show that place off. I thought it would be fun just because it was like crazy, and I guess they're in a couple of other places, so they're not like exclusive to Austin, but yeah, we did that, and then like Monday was a rest day, and I got to see my cousin who lives out there with his fiance, and I had dinner with them, and that was nice. And then on Tuesday we went to H-E-B is their like chain of grocery stores that people like, if you're out there, you're like obsessed with them. Like they are, I mean, here's the thing. They had pumpkin empanada pastries out there that were off the chain. And then we were like pickies and got like cakes and all this stuff. Everything was so good. But they had opened like a brand new one in this like super rich neighborhood, I feel like, but it was like 3 floors. Oh my God, this thing was like the IKEA of grocery stores. It was insane. And there was a barbecue place inside that had, and I know this is embarrassing because you're in Texas, you should know better. The barbecue that was available in there was off the hook. And I am not a big, like super big barbecue person, but oh my God, it was so good. And it had like a full bar. like not just like white wines for the afternoon crowd. It was like there was like happy hours and everything. It was crazy. It was crazy. And then we went to Muse, and Evanescence opened for Muse, and it was wonderful. And Muse was incredible, and as always, like just such insane showmanship. I'm so happy I went to that. Like at first I was like, oh no, it's not going to live up to it. This is my third time seeing them. Not this tour, obviously. This is the first time we've seen this tour, but it was worth every penny to be able to get out there and see that show. And it was like incredible. I took a little clip, so maybe I'll do like a highlight reel or something like that. But yeah, it was like they're one of those people where you're like, oh, there's no way it's going to sound anywhere close to the album once you hear it in person. And you're like, no, it's insane. It is insane. And there was like this giant like creature thing on the stage, like lasers reflecting out of it, lights that like broke apart, came down and like moved around, and then had like fire shooting out of it. He was wearing like a jacket that had like lights across it. He played a whole song from a glove on his hand that was a what's it called, like a synthesizer, and it was just it was incredible. It was so cool. Austin is like so crazy because I feel like you have this picture of Texas, it's the same way I feel like people have a picture of Florida, and then you'll go to like Orlando, and it's not, you're like, oh, this isn't like Florida on the news, and I feel like that's what Austin is to Texas. Although like not to be rude to Orlando, but I think it's definitely a much different version of that. I'll leave it at that. But it seems to be like an incredibly, like, I know that it was like very LGBT friendly. I'm sorry I keep abbreviating it so much, but it's very queer friendly in Austin, to the point where it's just like queer space. Like when we went out the nights with his brother and it was the brother, his fiance, their friend, and his fiance or his girlfriend, and they all just like went to like 2 or 3 different gay bars, and they were just like, oh yeah, cool, and they were just like out there having a good time, having drinks. They had other friends that came and met them there, and I was just like, but this is like a gay bar, right? Like, and they're like, yeah, no, it's cool, and like nobody, like even with all the theme circus and everything, I feel like some people still stare or look or judge or whatever, and there it was just like, it was like nothing. Like I was afraid to wear my gold shoes, like, because I was just like, oh, I don't want to draw attention to me, because then I feel like I put a spotlight on me and it's like gay, and I get nervous about that, and it wasn't like, I got a cough, I'm so sorry. How unprofessional of me. The last couple of days I have like tickle in my throat, and it's only when I'm inside, never when I'm outside. I think it's something to do with the air conditioners and stuff like that. But also, there's an insane amount of pollen in the air. Like everything is covered in this thick yellow dust. Like Artie got up on the curb and like kicked his feet up, and it was just like a yellow cloud, like he was Linus from Peanuts or something. All healing. Oh my God, we have a celebrity guest in the chat here. The Ampliverse. You guys know about the Ampliverse? It's a fun place. I take no credit in it, but if ever there was a time to get into a K-pop show right now, it's Boys Planet. There's a show over there that's blowing up called Boys Who Love Boys Planets, but check that out. We got some big things coming. I feel like the Ampliverse is not finally, but is getting that groove that I think we had hoped for a while. So I hope that we can hang on to that and spread that, and like get some fun, new, exciting things. We had a new show debut on Tuesday from the Pop Husbands. If you don't follow them, they do a lot of fun. They're like Funko Pop collectors, and they do a lot of just like fun like photo challenges and things like that. And I feel like they really go out of their way to try and build like this community within the collectors community. And that can be difficult in a collectors community because, like any fandom, you get those people. And so I was like, hey, we got this like fandom website over here. We'd love to get you involved in it. And they were like, yeah, actually that's a good idea. And so I think it's fun. They only have one episode up there. It's called the TPH Awards, because they're very active on Instagram, and they do a lot with like I said, the photo challenges and things like that. So this was the award. So they like get somebody has to nominate somebody for the awards, and once they get nominated, people can vote for them, and they do this whole thing. It's so intricate. It's so well done. And their video, they had never edited a video before, and I wasn't sure I was going, and I was like, oh, they must be stressed. I'm like, I watched the video the other day. Oh my God, it's so good. They did so good, like too good. Like they have like lower thirds, they have like special sound effects, they've got like all these like fun, like oh my God, it's like so professional looking. I'm like blown away. So it's so nice to have them on there. But yeah. RJ's Food Rocks, another celebrity in here. My God, are we multitasking tonight? RJ, I went to what did I say I was going to go to? You sent me 3 places, and I did go to one of them. It wasn't the drive-through. Shoot, where did I go? And I was just like, it was like, this is why I was about to be like, you shouldn't drink that much, and here I am. Oh, the Tiki Bar. Oh my God. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm overthinking it. Oh man, I should have brought my mug up here. I got 2 because they had mugs when I went. Okay, I did enough video to do a reel on my Instagram of the Tiki Bar. So I'm going to share that in the next day or 2. It's called Tiki Tatsuya. Tiki Tatsu, yeah. Apparently it started as a ramen place and then became a tiki bar. But I got these taro tots, which I've talked about before. The taro tots, oh my God, they are life-changing. I am not even kidding you. They are just like, I thought maybe I'd overhyped them and maybe I was just hungry the last time I had them. Oh my God, sweet Jesus. These things were like so good, and I have never had anything like them anywhere else. Oh my God. If you have the opportunity to go to one of these, because I don't believe it's just in Austin, but I've got to imagine the locations look different. I feel like Trey went to one once or something. Trey sent me a postcard from somewhere. But, oh my God. The Ampliverse over here, which I'm assuming is Adam right now, says they went to a Amazon Fresh. I can't even fathom what that's like. Guys, is this going to become a grocery channel? Like we just go to different grocery stores and talk about it? Because I'm kind of into that. I didn't make it to the chicken place. Literally, I ate so much food. I was like eating nonstop out here. You have no idea. Yeah. Okay, sorry. I'm scrolling down. I'm trying to catch up with the chat. I did think about buying an air purifier like today. Pigpen is who I meant, not Linus. I'm so sorry. Wow, I should really read this better. Yeah, Dan and Tony, Funko Realness. We're introduced to designing women. Oh my God. Trey sent me, I have it right here, Trey, just so you know I'm serious. It's up here. Serial Mom. This showed up at my doorstep. Trey has been talking about this movie. I think I've known Trey now like 4 or 5 years, maybe longer than that, man. I don't even know. I think it's got to be longer than that. And he's been talking about this movie for so long, he finally just sent me it to watch. So I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it tonight. I'll watch it as soon as I get off of this chat. But anyway, oh, I see we're getting Trey into the Ampliverse now. Yes. Is Dan in this chat? Okay, I'm going to tell you, though, this electric jellyfish is so good. If you are not even, if you like a good hazy IPA, this is for you. If you're usually like, oh no, IPAs are too bitter. It's not bitter at all. It's so, like, fruity. Does it have a description? Like, I don't want to say fruity. I don't want to use the word juicy, but I'm not above it. It's perfect. Plus, it's got this, like, I'm going to say it. It's got a bitchin' can. Girl, you can go to a tiki bar and not drink. Ryan, I see you in here. I'm like, I feel like they'll make you a good non-alcoholic drink in there. This Tiki Tatsu, that had a lot of food options. So we did the taro tots, we did spam musubi, but it was different. Like, it was fried on top. Also, I'm not going to lie, if you do go back, I wouldn't recommend the spam musubi. It was very good, but it was like, so normally, for me, spam musubi is like this. It's the thin slice, one piece of spam, right? Rice wrapped in seaweed, one block, right? This was like a half of one of those, and then that was split in half. So it was like you would have made 4 with one slice of spam. And I'm like, $10 for this? Really? The tots, on the other hand, I would have bought 3 servings of those, but CJ was like, no, don't do it. We gotta go to the concert, and you'll be so full. He was right. But yeah, and then we got this other thing. Oh shoot! When I post the when I post my reel on Instagram, you'll see it. But it was this like rice. It came in like a sizzling little pan. And it was essentially like you made your own little hand rolls. So you got a bunch of little seaweed wraps in a thing. Like I feel like there was probably like 6 of those, maybe 8. And they were just like little squares. And so it was like rice. There was like tuna. It had almost like that little bit of a spice essence from like a Thai peanut sauce, almost is what it tastes like, but combined with like a spicy tuna roll. So you were essentially making your own little hand rolls. RJ, you would have loved it. Also, we're going to have to talk about these rubber ducky things in a second, too. I've discovered these, like, rubber ducks that I haven't ordered any yet, but I'm, like, kind of getting obsessed with them. Let me see. I'm going to see if I can send a couple of these photos to my phone. I bet I can just share them into this chat. Okay. I see the tots. I see the Spam. I see this. I'm going to show you my big drink. And then, let me see here. Here is the menu. I think this is the food. I hope this is the food. And I'm pretty sure I can just airdrop these to my computer and then put them on here. Technology, babies. Oh, SOS. That's where you sent me the postcard from, because they were doing the postcard thing here, and I was like, what? Dan is in here. I tried to give Dan and Tony some compliments, but I don't know if they believe me and thought I was just being nice or not, but I'm serious about that. Pop Husbands episode was like, that was like PBS quality. David, you're asking about a good bar in Vancouver. There was a really good tiki bar, and this isn't a brag. It just is like one of those kind of, it blows me away, the reach of the internet. I showed up late. Craig was already there because I was saying goodbye to my friend, and I'll get the name for you. Just remind me. Because the bar was excellent, and they had like go-go dancers in there because it was like very like 60s vibe. And the go-go dancer at the very end, like I was the last one to get on the bar, and then like they were like waiting for us to leave, and I stood up and I was like, oh, I'm so sorry, to keep you all. And the girl turned around and went, are you Ryno? And I was like, yes. And she was like, oh my God, that's Craig. And she was like, I thought I recognized him, but he was sitting in the shadows, and then you showed up, and I was like, it had to be the two of you. And then they like talked to us for like 30 more minutes, and but it was a really, really good bar. There's also in Steamtown, there's like a really good brewery that I really liked. That's like walking distance right from the port over there. Okay, let me see. So this is the dinner menu. Oh, there you go. Can I move this photo? Yeah. Okay. So look up here. Taro tots. I don't think I can like highlight it or anything like that. But a second one down, taro tots. These fermented coconut ranch nori shimi togarashi. Oh my God, so good. And then I got the house-made, the Spam pineapple teriyaki jam, chicharron faraki. Oh, it was chicharrones on the outside? I guess that kind of makes sense. And then at the very bottom down here, I went with the aburi rice, which is this broiled sushi rice. You can see the picture. It kind of comes on a plate like this. Ignore the pineapple on that other thing, because I think that's maybe the clue of pork or something. But it was very good. Now how do I get rid of this photo? Where is my little thing to do this? There are too many windows open. I've ruined everything. I opened too many things. Okay. There we go. We're going to mute that. We got me here. And then, let me see. Okay, so here's a picture of the tots for you. Look at these little crispy, beautiful babies. Trey, are you sure we first met at the patio at the Poly and not at, when we drank the fishbowl at the bar outside of Halloween Horror Nights, or not Halloween Horror Nights, the Halloween party or something? Didn't I drink a fishbowl with you in the downstairs of the my God, what is that hotel called? Contemporary. I was like, Century? I'm having some brain problems tonight, let me tell you. Here's the spam. Here it comes. Here it comes. It was a little dark in here, so the photo's a little blurry, so excuse me. And then here is going to be the rice next up here. I think I can get that up on here. Oops, let's look at that. Girl, look at this insane drink. It was like, okay, so we'll look at the base here. I took this up and down, so sorry, it's not like fitting in here correctly, but this little guy here, he was like glowing green, and smoke was coming out of his mouth, and in here, that's all like star fruit on it. Oh, that deleted that. Well, I don't know how I just did that, but here we are. Here we are, back to me, and eyes back to me. Here's my Muse poster that I got at the concert, because I got a poster and I got a t-shirt. And this is the poster. Those are CJ's nails. But this is, I get a concert poster. It's a 12 by 18, so it looks bigger in this photo than it is, but it's called The Concert Dates on the bottom there. And then here's the shirt I got. I thought this was cool because the lead singer, Matt, was wearing this shirt during the concert. Oh, it's got like the thing. That's the front, and then the back even has a bunch of stuff all over it too. So anyway, I haven't worn it yet. I'm too nervous. Anyway, all right. Can I play this GIF of Shaq and the cat that I have saved in my folder too? Oh, I can. It's right there. You guys remember this? It always makes me laugh. Anyway, that was in my downloads. Jesus. Sweet Jesus. Okay. All right. I need you to know I went to an Alamo Drafthouse. It was different than the first Alamo Drafthouse I went to. I feel like the Alamo Drafthouse I went to this time wasn't as, it definitely wasn't as big as the other one, but it was like, wasn't as exciting this one was. Also, it was only like 2 other people in the movie theater, so it kind of ruined the whole like, shut up, don't talk in this movie, because they didn't. But Alamo Drafthouse has a thing where it's $20 a month to see like unlimited movies. I would 100%. I'd pay for 2 of those if they'd moved here. I'd pay for that for $50. If I could go to a movie theater where people weren't allowed to take out their phones and couldn't talk, and you could tell on them in the movie with a little piece of paper so nobody would know, I would freaking love it. But you can order like a bunch of beers. There's mixed drinks. You can order food. The popcorn is like fresh popcorn in a big metal bowl with like, you know, like for actual literal butter on it. Oh my God, it's so good. I saw Cocaine Bear while I was there. Has anyone seen Cocaine Bear? Do you know this movie? It's the movie with the bear that does the cocaine. It's pretty self-explanatory. Loosely based on a true story of like drug smugglers that dumped cocaine over. I can't remember if the movie takes place. I think the movie takes place in Georgia. There was something about Tennessee in it too, but I can't remember. But I thought it was okay. It leaned into its humor, which was good, but I think it was like, it definitely was a, how did I add that gift, RJ? So the program I'm using, I just literally picked it out of my folder and I drag and dropped it. I'll do it again right now over this onto this thing here, Shaq GIF. Dropped it right here, and then you can like resize it. Normally you would do this before you do the live, so when you like click on it, it's like correctly sized. And then I just dragged it and made it full size. And now here's Shaq and the cat, and we can watch them. This will just be me. I'll just continue to talk, and then just like let Shaq and the cat do their thing. And definitely gonna get hit with a copyright at some point, I'm sure, 100%. But that's okay. For Shaq, it's okay. Anyway. I think Cocaine Bear was like, it feels like the type of movie that would reignite like the absurd monster movie. Like, I'd never seen it, but like, it gives me like the idea of like piranha, or I'm trying to think. I want to say Jaws, because Jaws isn't. I know like Jaws always gets kind of lumped in with that stuff, but if you're somebody who's actually like watched Jaws, you know that Jaws isn't like just a big monster movie. It's not like Godzilla. Godzilla is also a separate. It's just this like B movie, but like it does it in a good way. And I think if it had just leaned into the B movie aspect just a little bit harder, it could have been great. Like, I think. Honestly, I think it tried to add like maybe too much story for every character, and that was maybe part of the problem. But it was good. I could see a sequel with another animal on some other drug, like what's my program? It's called Ecamm Live. That's how I do this. That's how I do this with the. So that's how I can do the multi cameras on this. Some people use OBS, which is, I think, a little more intuitive than this. Oh my God, my mouth is so dry. More beer. It's like a good Sharknado. I don't want to say Sharknado, because Sharknado is like too far absurd. So it needs to be like, the next new movie needs to be like Snakes on Heroin or something like that. Like Heroin Snake. Heroin Python. Ooh. Should we start a writing group? The bear did, yeah, I was going to say the true story is the bear died. That's the sad part, that it ingested cocaine and then died. But no, Jaws is not a B movie at all. So that's what I was trying to say, is like, I don't want to lump Jaws in there, because Jaws is like an A+ movie, and it just happens to have a monster in it. But try water. What do you think this is? More beer. I'm just kidding. That's actually water. I love to get, I don't know about anybody else, I got this from Thor Love and Thunder. I love to get these, I know it's kind of getting beat up, but the big movie cups, because then I fill them up with water to like here, and then I'm like, I did it, I drank my water today. So I have like an Ant-Man and the Wasp one over there, which I also saw. Meth Gator. Okay, I feel like I saw that. Oh yeah, Tiger King could have definitely been on that too. Oh, man, my nose is itchy. It's not all the cocaine talk, I promise. Jesus, what a horrible timing to rub my nose. Maybe something said Native Railroad. I like where your head's at, Renee. I feel like I saw another movie since we last talked, but I don't know. I'm trying to catch up on The Last of Us. No spoilers. Let's not talk about it. I'm on like episode 5, I think, or maybe I've watched episode 5 and I'm on episode 6. I'm not 100% sure. Picard. That's what I wanted to talk about. Picard season 3. I have watched all 3 episodes right now. This show is so freaking good. I liked 1 and 2, but this season is like, oh my God. It is like that. The Next Generation crew is just a crew of sexy people, and it is like, they're like 80, 65, whatever. They still got it, honey. They still got it. Straight. I don't know if you've seen that video. My friend CJ sent it to me. I probably could do the video and then play it, but where there's this very obviously gay person who is got a question where they're like, "Are you straight or rainbow flag?" And they're like, "Oh, honey, I'm straight." And there's like hetero. I don't know. It made me laugh, and now I can't stop doing it. So, Jay, okay, you're watching it. The end of episode 3. Oh, I was like, it's sitting here being like, this is not where they're gonna cut this episode off. Like, and they're just like, remove yourself from my bridge. I'm like, oh, the ducks. I need to show you these absurd ducks that my friend sent me a link to this duck. They're like, look at these crazy ducks, and I'm like, I don't even care about rubber ducks, but I didn't know I cared about rubber ducks. Brace yourself, people. These are just the photos I happen to have saved on my phone. I'm going to send an inappropriate photo on here one day by accident. I know I am. No, D, I didn't know there was something after the credits in the first episode, so I'm going to need to go back and watch that. Unless that was this season on Picard. But, guys, brace yourself. Brace yourself, guys and gals, girls and guys, whatever, however Avenue says it. Look at these ducks. I know these are terrible, whatever. Look at how stupid these are. Not stupid. Look at how great they are. But, like, Okay, so look, there's a Borg duck. There's a Back to the Future collection. Look at the Ian Malcolm duck. It's not even the oh, I'm sorry, I'm like overwhelmed. I just discovered these because apparently they're making Power Ranger ones too. Are you guys ready for the best one of this whole set? Although I feel like the Ian Malcolm one is on here. There's a Marty. I want the Marty and the Doc Brown one. I did send that Spock one to my friend Kim. Okay, speaking of Jaws, there's a series of Jaws. This duck is smoking a cigarette with chum in his hand. That's like, what? I want the Borg one really bad. Oh my god, I can't even tell you. There's a Geordi LaForge one. Supposedly I'm able to like add my computer screen into this and I could show. I'm supposed to be able. I'm gonna have to ask Greg how to do it, but yeah, I think they make great gifts, Kelly. That's exactly what I'm saying. Is like, so I've got my Amazon wish list just got filthy full of ducks. Be careful with that search history, though, because one letter slip and you're looking at a completely different thing. That was a joke from Happy Endings where it was about looking up where he's like, oh, yeah, I know, my search history for Black Crocs got, one slip up on that, and you're on a completely different website. So I'm sorry, I stole that joke from Happy Endings. Okay, hold on. Here's the Marty. Do you see that? Can you see that? Look at that Marty. Look how freaking cute that is. Okay. Hold on. Oh no. Where's the other ones? Hold on. Did I not put the Geordi LaForge in here? Because I'm not even kidding. There's a ton of Star Trek ones because there's like multiple Klingon ones. It's hard to see because it's a little bright, but that's the Picard one. The Geordi LaForge one has me dying. Oh my god, the friggin' Data one has a cat. He's got the cat with him. He's got Spot. Oh no, that's Kirk. Hold on. Sorry, we're just talking Star Trek rubber ducks. David, thanks for joining us. Look at this Geordi LaForge one. I love Geordi LaForge. I'm like, how do I stop myself from buying all these? Well, I have sent 2 as gifts so far. So I haven't gotten any for myself yet. I am adding Geordi and the Borg duck. I want Geordi and the Borg duck so bad. But there's like other ones that are like the Doc Brown. I did not see this one. There's like Ghostbuster ones too. Look at Ray. Look at him. Oh my god. This literally should be our new segment where we just discover absurd things online. I don't know. That could also go another way too. But they have a Friends series too, but they look so stupid. I can't even like that's Rachel. She's got like you'd think her name would be Karen based on that haircut, but this Geordi LaForge one is just too good. Oh my god, I love it. They've got Doc Brown 2015 too, and they've got a Marty 2015 where he's got the hat and the jacket, but he doesn't have the hoverboard. So I feel like it's like a missed opportunity with that. So that's why I was like, I like the other Marty because he's got the camera. But I want to put them in like my other bathroom because I have a bathtub bathroom. Geordi, you're getting added to this. But they come in. Look at this. If you can see, they come in. Ow! I like hurt my elbow. Like a bathtub. But look, they're like fully. They look good. Oh my god! Look at his little data pad there. But they said that these are meant to stack on top of each other too, so you can get a whole bunch of them. But David, do you want to see the Power Ranger ones? Because guess what? They're not on Amazon yet, so I'm not ordering them from the site. But I was going to send my friend Kim the pink one, and then I was going to get the blue one, and then they only made 3, so I was like, I should just get all of them. But the shipping, because they're a UK-based company, is like through the roof. So when they go on Amazon, it's easier because it's like free shipping, right? But I need you to look at these ones because they are next level. Like, look at those. Look at them. Look at them. feel like just they're absolute. This is what perfection looks like. Oh, I've seen the Stay Puft Marshmallow one that's like a little burned rubber ducky. That one's cute. I just love that they have their little weapons. Like, I need that Blue Ranger one so bad. Oh my god, these are just so freaking. It sent me on a dangerous thing now, because you're like, I'm indifferent to rubber ducks. Did you know that like rubber ducks are like, people like leave them hidden around places? Oh, I guess they were like, Craig was telling me he found one on the Disney Wish, and like it was like Expedia or somebody had left it there, but it says like enjoy or hide somewhere else for somebody else. Like, it's a thing. Like, people just hide them randomly around places, but I don't think ones like these. But yeah. The Pink Ranger one is, that was the one I was going to send my friend, the Pink Ranger one, so she could put it in the shower, and then I'll keep the Blue Ranger one, because remember, I have that pterodactyl tattoo on my ribs. But yeah, David, do not show Katie. David's daughter, Katie, has an incredible collection. Also, David, I keep forgetting to message you that if Katie did not get, she asked me about a popcorn bucket. Tell her to message me again, because I think I got one for her. Anyway, yeah. Also, oh, before I forget, I keep getting stuff, and I'm like, oh, this would be fun for like a raffle or whatever. I think I figured out how to do the raffle. I learned that you can't do the thing. I was thinking I would do it through my Ko-fi, like ko-fi site, and you know, it'd be like, okay, $5, everybody gets like one ticket entry to win something, and then that way, you know, $5, and maybe you win like a Loungefly that's normally like $85. Just because, like, I think that would be fun, right? Also, then, like, I could keep going to the outlets, and then when I see cool stuff, get that stuff, and then, like, send it out into the world for everybody. I don't know. I just like to get stuff sometimes and be like, somebody will like this. But apparently you can't do that on Ko-fi, really. So, but there's, like, a raffle site I'm looking at, so I might have to do it through there. But, yeah. Yeah, I've heard about Jeep lovers is what I've heard today, too. Do something with ducks. It's weird. Cruises. Okay, specifically cruisers and Jeeps ducking. I'll never be a Jeep person. Sorry. I am going to have to get a new car, though. Like, the air conditioner's dead in my car, and I am on that thing where I'm, like, on CarMax being like, okay. So if there is anybody out there who is, like, a car salesman or works like CarMax or off-lease or something and just wants to like guide me, I'd love it. I'm not asking for like discounts or anything like that. I'm just legit like want to do it, and I want to do it. I want to just get something easy as possible and just be over and done with it and be like, that's mine, that's my car, and then let's take a road trip. Anyway, I banged my elbow like 2 weeks ago at Hollywood Studios, and like it had like kind of one of those like abrasive cuts where you like, you know, you like fall and you're like, oh, I scraped my elbow. And then like, I don't know what happened, but 2 days ago, it was so bad, like I could not like lift or bend my arm. And it's gotten better, but it's like so bad. I thought I broke my elbow. I'm like, how did it take 2 weeks to get here? So, yeah, yikes. So in terms of like the new car, I was thinking I would love like a Toyota RAV4, like a newer model of RAV4, not the older models. Like I feel like they remodeled them in like 2020, maybe 2019 forward. The newer ones, honestly, I was looking at a Toyota, is it HRV? The ones that's like their newer model of car that is only, well, not newer, I guess it's been out for like 7 years now, but, something in that realm, Hyundai Tucson, Kia Soul, something in that like, not a big, like a mid-size SUV, big enough to take like a road trip in, big enough that two people can sit in the back seat and not feel crowded, and something easy enough to put the dogs in and can get a few, bags in the trunk, you know what I mean? Get that junk in the trunk. But I just, you know, yeah, Trey, that's the thing I worry is that are you talking about CRV? Is the Honda CRV, right? I don't know. My friend in Texas just he had a new car too, and I saw him, and he was a Mazda, but the Mazda has all those names you can never remember because it's like CX-50, blah, blah, blah. It's just numbers and letters, and you're like, how is anyone going to remember that? So, yeah, so that's where I'm like, I want something in that realm. Like, I don't really want a hatchback. It's got to be like bigger than that. And so that's where I'm like, Yeah, my last two cars have been Hyundais because I have a Hyundai Genesis right now. I had a Hyundai Tiburon before. I have the first model of the Genesis is the car I'm currently driving. So that is now, so it was the 2011 that car was introduced. So it was purchased in 2010. So that car's like 13 years old. Honestly, I enjoyed driving that car. I still enjoy driving that car. It's even one of those things where I was like, maybe I don't trade it in and I just keep the car because like I'm not going to get a lot of money from it. Like there's a whole I'm talking like within the first month, I was driving between Orlando and Tampa, and like a friggin' desk or something was in the highway, and it basically a chunk of it or something hit my car, and pulled through the front bumper, and then like ripped out the wheel well and everything on both sides of the car. But CX-50, okay, I think the CX-50 is what I'm actually thinking of, and that might be what my friend got too, but anyway, yeah, so I had that, and then the engine, like, it's, like, the mounts in it are messed up, so the car shakes, like, and it's a lot of money to get that, it's, like, just to repair it. It's one of those things where, like, it shouldn't cost a lot of money, but it's one of those, like, they kind of just, you know, they're like, oh, yeah, it's just a little fix, but, oh, it's so complicated, so that, and then I think there's something with the steering column, but it's one of those where I was like, well, I still like driving the car, but it's just... It's requiring too much work for its value. So I need something that's like, that's my reliable car that I could put the dogs in and go somewhere and travel and, you know, that sort of a thing. So, yeah. Mazda. I lean toward brands I've had before. My first two cars, I've had 4 cars. 2 Toyotas, 2 Hyundais. The Genesis replaced the Tiburon. So Tiburon, Genesis, 2 Corollas. Corollas, get out of here. 2 Camrys, baby. I'm not against a Corolla, but so I am partial to Toyota above all others, just because I feel like historically, I mean, minus that major recall they had, Toyota cars seem to last forever. I mean, everybody in my family has basically driven their Toyotas in the ground. Like my mom had a Celica that got to like 400,000. I told her, I was like, you need to write to the company because it's unheard of that a 1991 Toyota Celica is still on the road. Like, I mean, it's gone now, and essentially, you know, the parts get replaced over the years and everything like that. But this thing was like, I remember when it hit 300,000, and I was like, I think it got like crazy. They had a commercial, and that's why I was like, Mom, you should submit. The car has gone more miles than any of these cars in this commercial. Like, you need to contact them because they're interested in that. But I am open to a new brand. The Honda Santa Fe is on my radar as well because I like the size of that. I say Santa Fe, Tucson, that sort of, you know, mid-size, you know, see, the thing with Hyundai is they're a very affordable car. That's what I like about them, I feel like. But Toyota is that thing where it's like they are more, but they last like forever. And I feel like their problems are very specific with what they have. Whereas like my Tiburon definitely gave me more problems than my Genesis right now. Honestly, my Genesis, other than the bumper issue and the engine being dismantled or shaking, and now the air conditioner, like the fixes in it have been very like typical mechanical, you know, like the brakes, the, you know, tires, things like that. Like, knock on wood, because it's got to last me a little, like a couple weeks more, but yeah, so I'm like, I don't know. Well, yeah, Honda Accords, I know. Honda Accords are known for being, like, lasting forever. Craig had, I think, a Honda Accord before his current car. He drove that thing into the ground. I remember there was a Honda Accord. A friend of mine in high school had one. That thing went into the ground. It was crazy. I didn't mean to derail us with this car talk, but I just thought, you know, send them my way. I do like my family, my aunt's family. They basically all have like either the 4Runner or RAV4s or stuff like that. The 4Runner's nice. It's just it's bigger. It's too big. Like that one's like one. I feel like that one's one step a little too big because that's when you get the third row of seats. And I'm like, Subarus are cute. I love a Subaru. But that's why I'm like, I want it to be smaller but spacious still. I guess I need like the headroom. I feel like my head's always hitting the ceilings in cars. I just want it to be comfortable, but I don't want it excess, you know, and obviously it has to be affordable. And I'll probably buy used only because I feel like my entire life I've just been beaten into my head where you're like, the worst thing you can ever do is buy a brand new car. But then I'm also like, Is it? Because you have warranty on brand new cars, and then if anything goes wrong, that stuff's like paid for however many long, and you kind of develop that dealership with the thing and everything. So I don't know. I just know that like the second you buy a used car, the second you drive it off the lot, it depreciates in value, but like everything depreciates in value. So like I don't know. Roll coal. I don't know if I get that. I guess my range is trying to keep it like 25,000 under. 25,000 would be like on the higher side of where I want to go. So that's why I was like, I guess that's looking at used, right? I learned about it's like 20, I think it's 2010 4. No. It's like 20% down. Hold on. I wrote it down. The car rule. I just learned about this. 24. Oh, I was right. It's 2410. 20% down, finance for 4 years, and should cost less than 10% of your monthly income. So that squiggles you into a weird box. Yeah, Jay, I know. I feel like I should trust you driving in New England. See, the back seat for the dogs is really where it's at for me. Joanna's got it. Yeah, the thing is, my air conditioner is dead in my car, and like when I brought it last time to be like, can you fix this? They were like, it's going to be like $600. And I was like, I just paid $2,500 in repairs, and right after I had to buy like 2 new tires that also cost me like $1,000. Or it wasn't 1,000, but it was like close to that, because it was like the tires were like 200 or something ridiculous. And I was like, it's like special tires on my car. Not like super special, but it's like, they're not cheap anymore. Tires are not cheap. That was when the asshole emptied out their pickup trucks into my parking area, and there's still screws and nails out there, and I'm like, I know it's gonna happen again. Yeah. So that's when I was like, I got where they were like, why did you put that money into the car? You should have that was your down payment for a new car. And I was like, so I'm not going to do that again. That's the other thing. The new car thing is like, it's not like I want to buy a new car and then be rid of it in like 2 years. It's like you buy a new car and it's like, it's going to last you like 10 years, right? Like I said right now, this car right now, it's like 13 years old. So it's like, it's your car until it's dead. It's not like I'm like, oh no, I just want a new one, I'm bored. Like I am someone who gets that car because I'm just like, no, this car's gonna last me until it is friggin' dead. Yeah, I've heard things where it's like, the problem is like it's difficult to buy like used cars right now too, because there was something with the chip in the car that everybody wants the chip, and so it's like hard to do any of that. And I'm like, God, it's hard to do anything these days, isn't it? Especially if you are on the lower side of everything. Oh, David, I'm glad to hear. Okay, good. Katie remembers. She knows what she asked for. Gang, I was going to play some Super Mario. Should I, like, pop it in? I got to, like, plug it in, but I can. I said I was going to do one on Twitch. Thank you. This is Our Universe. Did this one? It's very soft. This is all, like, embroidered, which is nice. I love Goofy Movie. I really do. The character of Powerline and Max as Powerline, I think it's just something about Max's love and adoration for this like male figure that sort of transcends everything. But also I love that it's like a person of color in their world too. Like, does that make sense? Where it's the same way. I know he's supposed to represent like Prince or Michael Jackson or something like that, but it's just one of those where I was like, this was made that, like Bye Bye Birdie, it's like Elvis, like, that's a white guy using cultural appropriated music, but like, it's like, I don't know. I feel like it's a thing we don't ever like talk about enough, where it's supposed to be, I feel like there's something to it there where it's just kind of cool, and he's got like a single dad in his life, but he also admires this other guy, which is this guy. So it's like there's a lot of male love in that movie, and I don't even mean it in like any way other than like, I feel like that's beautiful, because I feel like men, typically in this weird society we have, it's always kind of like a weakness to be too emotional or too whatever. And like, that's what it's all about, right? Though, like, I don't know. There's just some layers in there that I don't feel like we ever like truly digest. Like, I know it's not A+ for everybody or anything like that, but I think there's just some like beautiful sensitivity stuff in there that's really nice. Like, I think that's why I've also loved Goofy. Goofy is not just a dude. Like, Goofy is very sensitive and not like, he messes up all the time, but he's vulnerable. And that and this is going to be the just the sort of diatribe breaking down the character of Goofy right now, but yeah, Powerline, I believe, is supposed to be like an amalgamation of Prince and Michael Jackson, if I'm not mistaken. I thought I read that somewhere. I thought it was Michael Jackson. I always thought it was supposed to be Michael Jackson when I was a kid, but I read that they also intended it to be like Prince or something like that. But, those were the big... I mean, Goofy movie came out, what, 1996? And so it would have been animated before that, so those were the people. Oh, yes, David, thank you very much. I have been getting a number of Roosevelt shirts in, and I'm addicted. I found a shirt that makes me... Right now, I don't feel love my body, but I have found a shirt that makes me go out there and feel like, okay, I feel semi-confident in this, and here's my thing. You find a pair of pants that fit that you like, you find a pair of sneakers that you fit that you like, you get those, you don't be afraid to buy multiple pairs of those. Oh my God. So, I mean, maybe you follow me on Instagram. I've been, I think it was like last summer or the summer before at Ross, I had found these like Puma high tops, and they were so comfortable. I went back and they had them in different colors, and I bought 2 other pairs of them, and I've been wearing them. And then today I went to the Puma outlet and they had ones all in white, and they were like $30. So I bought those, and I bought some running shoes at Adidas for $28 as well. So, but yeah, so that's, I'm pretty happy. I bought 2 pairs of shoes today for less than the price of one. But I always say, like, that's the thing, is I love those shoes. So I was like, and now it becomes like kind of your staple, because people are like, oh, you like high tops? I'm like, I do like high tops. But there's no shame in like finding that thing you like and just getting multiple versions of it. That's the thing why I write Roosevelt. I like it. Multiple different designs. They make plain shirts too. Because I have a blue and a coral colored plain shirt that when I wear it, no one's going to even think anything of it. But I'm like, they make me feel good. And they don't make me feel like I'm sweating at all. I didn't see the bats. We talked about it, but when I was in Austin. And I did ask about it while I was there, but like the timing didn't work out to go and like try and see them or anything like that. See, John, joggers, oh God, I'm so desperate to like find like the good pair. I have like one good pair, but because, I don't know, I just feel like I never have a good chance to wear them. But I had gotten ones at Old Navy a couple of years ago, and every time I have this, everyone sees this one pair there, I was like, oh, these are cool. And I was like, damn it, I should have bought more than one pair of those. I feel like Pumas are good shoes, right? Like, they're comfortable. Because I used to buy them when they were like just in that kind of soccer shoe format, and now I didn't know they like have all different types and stuff like that. It was crazy. Oh, John, I am gonna watch that video. John says, wait, I can do this. I think I can do this. Boom. John says, there's a great video on YouTube. Search a Goofy movie, a staple of black culture. Read us 101. I am definitely gonna check that out. I also know I need to watch the Atlanta episode. There's an Atlanta episode about Goofy movie. I need to watch Atlanta, period, because I love Donald Glover. Yes. John, I just bought $100 worth of shorts because I don't fit in my shorts anymore. I had to buy 4 new pairs of shorts, and I bought them at Target. I'm not embarrassed about it. I don't care. Old Navy shorts were the ones I used to wear. David just recommended those too. But yeah. Zippers on the side of shoes. I remember trying to be like, I want to be cool and have the shoes where it's like they're open but the pants go in. I think I've just always wanted to be like I don't know. I think it's Marty McFly, Zach Morris. I wouldn't even class myself a child of the 80s. I'm definitely a child of the 90s. Well, I guess Saved by the Bell leans more into the 90s than the 80s. I don't know. I mean, I was watching it in the 90s, but like I love a good vest, jacket, pant and shoe sort of a thing. It's crazy. Oh god, girl. Brian Tyree Henry. He's on my list. He's on my list. He can come over and visit me and my husband. He can. Brian Tyree Henry. He was just in something I watched the other day, and I was like, God, this man is so good. Yeah, I've got tomorrow I'm starting the walking. Like, I've been good about walking. God, Josh, sorry. So I like the switching back and forth on the plane always makes me like my skin feels weird after. Like, I get dry spots like right here, like right here. Sometimes like, well, I got like a little sunburn, so you can't really tell. But like, because it was one of those like gray days where it's sunburned, so like it's like was the burn that also dried you out a little bit. So like now it's like all around the edge of my nose. So I keep scratching my nose. Girl, there ain't no reason bigger than the year used to be. That's why I'm trying to own it. Just be like, I just want to feel good. That's all. I don't care. I don't care if the shirts have to be bigger. Also, I realized I was like, I used to wear my shirts a lot tighter than I wanted. So I was like, I'm fine accepting the shirts larger. It's just about feeling better. Because it's like, I don't like the shirt to be looser. I sweat too much nowadays. I do have great taste in actors. You're correct, Mark. I think you mean men. But I have my skin is so sensitive to stuff, because Trey, you're asking my skincare routine. I am shampoo, conditioner every day. I know you're not supposed to, but I do it. I was thinking about that today. I do bar soap, and then I also do the loofah. So scrubby. I am not going to be one of those dirty people. Everywhere, waist down, toes, in between, everything and everywhere. I am a fully clean. You could eat off of every surface of my body every day. I mean, I wouldn't, but you could. Then as soon as I get out of the shower, I use the Vaseline. It's the green bottle because it has aloe in it. Because of this always being exposed to the sun, I am always putting that on because I feel like it's a little regenerative, a little healing in terms of like being so exposed to the sun all the time. I do use a really light application of that to my face, and I know I shouldn't because all over body lotion shouldn't really be put on your face, but my face does respond well to it usually. And not so well when I don't. So there's that. But I also do have, I can't remember the brand. It's a very common brand, but it's like an oil. It comes in a bottle like this much. So you can do like drops on you, and then like while you're still wet, you kind of like rub it all over. You give it a second, then you pat dry. So that also works. I like that. I did just get, there was like a beard butter thing I was trying that my friend Ryan recommended. I don't know that it's going to work for me super well. I think I read about it afterwards that it might be designed for people of color. So it's like, I don't know that, I'm trying it. I mean, it's soft. It makes my beard feel soft, but maybe I should be one of those people eat sushi off of. It would be not a pretty sight. But you know what I need to find, though? And so I'm always open to recommendations on this. Sunscreen. Like, I have tried so many sunscreens. I do not care how many times it says that it is not oily. It is always oily. Always. I hate it. I tried a mineral one the other day. Nope, it made me look like a friggin' clown. Like I was putting on clown makeup. No, none of that. I just want something that's like built into the lotion, so it just becomes like part of it, without making my face super shiny either. Like that thick paste on it, I hate it. So I'm gonna look for a new UV umbrella. I'm doing the big one. I don't care anymore. Yeah, John, I cannot remember the name of it. It comes in like a green container. I got it at Target. It's like not Shea. I can't remember, but he spoke highly of it. I got it down there. I'm using it. I was trying to do beard oil for a while, but I feel like it, that's the thing, with my skin being sensitive, it starts to make me like it makes me break out, and I don't want to do that. So, this is ink for your nose. Yeah, the ones I know what you're talking about with the over the thing. Yeah. Wait, Kylie, what did you say? What was the best sunscreen ever? Super Goop. Is that a Gwyneth Paltrow one? Okay. I'll give that one a try. I feel like I tried, it's not Neutrogena. I mean, I've tried a Neutrogena one before. I tried one that burned me, and I thought it was Neutrogena was the one that, like, it felt, and multiple people tried it at work, and it was, like, burn, like, it had this searing, so I don't know if it was a bad batch or what that was. But I had, there's the other brand that's also at Target that everyone's like, oh, this is the best skincare brand. And that one's, like, thick, too. I don't like it. It's my, like, when I have nothing else, I carry it with me. Like, oh, I thought it was up here. It's not. I put it downstairs. I was straight up using, like, Banana Boat. Neutrogena, though, the thing they had that was good was that for a while I was carrying around with me the one that looks like a deodorant stick, because then you can just rub it in like this, and then it's like in. And that one's better, but it's still a little oily. Coola Mineral Sheer Matte. Okay, I'm going to write these down right now so I don't forget. Sunscreens to try. Let's do this together. Okay, Trey, I know I said I was going to watch Cheer Mom after this, but I also realized I am super behind on the Academy Awards. So I was thinking maybe tomorrow night. I can't guarantee it. I think tomorrow night. I think I was gonna have my friend Alyssa pop in with me. She knows so much about so many movies. I was gonna have us do like a little Oscar talk. I thought that would be fun, and we can all talk about the Oscars together. Because she's seen she watches every single one of them. I'm not like super caught up, but I just thought like it would be cool. We could like run through the categories together and just like be like, hey, let's all chit chat. And we could make a whole prediction thing, and then the what is it? When are the Oscars on? The 12th. So then the 12th, like after that, we'll check in and be like, how right were we? Can we believe it? I don't know. I thought that would be fun. CeraVe, that's the other one I need to write down. CeraVe. C'est la vie. CeraVe. I just feel like I love movies. I would love to be like in school again for the movies. I'd love to like get back into like working on stuff, even if it's just like it's like a lot of writing, but it's like I just want to like I feel like the more you do, the more fluid it gets. Like that's the whole thing. Like I hadn't done this in like a week, and I scrambled, and it was like so. I feel like doing the movies. I don't know. It's not like I want to be like a director. I just want to be in the creative process somewhere, and the only way to figure out where you want to be is like by doing, right? Okay, this comment made my night right here, because literally I said this is exactly what I looked like when I put on that mineral sunscreen. Don't wear sunscreen, just like Ryno from the island of Dr. Moreau. Oh, perfect. Yeah. That was water in that one. You guys watch The Mandalorian? No? Spoilers. But it was good. I did watch Ant-Man and the Wasp, and I very much enjoyed Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumanium because, guess what? I don't understand why the reviews are that bad. I don't know why I said guess what to that. I thought it was great. I just wanted something fun and enjoyable, and Jonathan Majors, he can come over with Brian Tyree Henry and my husband. Okay, there's a pattern forming here that feels inappropriate, but but seriously, Jonathan Majors is like so good as this part. And Michelle Pfeiffer was great. And I like Catherine Newton as the daughter. And I don't know. I think it was my favorite of the 3 Ant-Man movies, to be 100% honest with you. So it was exactly what I kind of wanted it to be. I know that like maybe it was advertised to be a little something else, but it was enjoyable. It was funny. It was true to the characters, I feel like. I don't know. I liked it. I don't know what everyone's butthurt about. It seems like it was just like critic people that didn't like it. And I get it. Like, it's not super standalone because we're in the thick of the weird stuff of the Marvel Cinematic Universe now, but we had to get here eventually. We knew this was where it was headed, but like it earned this stuff. So I don't know. Oh, Alex is going to Adele tonight. Oh my God, I am jealous. That is going to be awesome. I hope you have a great time. Yeah, Moonlight Motel. I'm telling you, go see it in the movie theater. I think it's worth it seeing it in the movie theater. Who just said the thing about speaking of movies, go see Cocaine Bear. David, I think you joined us after the conversation. If you rewind back a little bit, I talked about seeing Cocaine Bear. And I said it was like, it's absurdly fun. It's not the perfect movie, but it's crazy. But yeah, The Mandalorian. I did enjoy it. I did like it. I like it. I don't know. I enjoy it. It was fun. It was good. It was nice to be back in the Star Wars universe like that again. I'm sad. I don't know. Speaking of Star Trek, I know not to bring it back to Star Trek again because we moved over there, but girl, you were telling me Jonathan Majors and Winston Duke went to college together and are good friends. I would like to see the college records. No, this is the last season of Discovery, but it's not coming out till 2024. So that leads me to believe that Strange New Worlds will be toward the end of this year, because Picard season is in episode 3 right now, and I think there's like 10 episodes of this season, so like 7 more weeks of this, and then I'm guessing there'll be like 10 episodes of Strange New Worlds or 12 episodes of Strange New Worlds. So I guess it'll be after that, but yeah. Yeah. Oh, Harry Styles, that's got to be going too. No, David, don't apologize. I'm just saying, I agree with your Cocaine Bear. It was fun. Mandalorian, I think, yeah, because I think the Mandalorian episode was only like 38 minutes, which I was like, excuse you. Yeah, sorry. Now I'm all distracted. I'm hot, bothered, and distracted about all this. But yeah. You know what I am looking forward to that is next weekend is Scream 6. I've said it before, no spoilers. I don't talk about potentials either. So I don't read about anything in those realms because I hate figuring things out. But I will say this. If Gale Weathers dies, I will not watch another Scream movie. That will be it for me. I made a whole list of all the stuff that's coming out this year, like from now until the end of the year, because I was trying to go through to do Bourbon Study lists of episodes to get through, because I have to do a whole bunch. Essentially, like now through December, there's a little bit of a blank spot in like September and a little in November-ish, but I also think we haven't gotten to like the announcements of stuff for that yet. Oh God, Michael B. Jordan. That man is so talented. But yeah, what was I saying? I just lost my train of thought. What the hell was I just talking about? Oh, the stuff coming out. It's like everything. It's so much stuff. It was because I was going through I'm trying to try and make drinks to go with all the major movies or TV shows that are coming out, and it was like, oh, all my work is almost done here. So it's crazy. Thank you, Koenig. I appreciate you. Which Scream movie is my favorite? I love the first one. There's just something about the chemistry in the first one that's so good, and like, I've been meaning to like rewatch them all in a row. I recently rewatched the first one and I started to rewatch the second one, but I fell asleep. Because like Timothy Olyphant in the second one is so good, so young, and Laurie Metcalf, and yeah, I like the fourth one too, and I thought the fifth one was good. I think the first one's still ultimately my favorite though, but I do genuinely enjoy them all. Like there isn't one where I'm like, oh, I hated that one. But yeah, Double Toasted movie reviews on YouTube. They're great. Okay, I'll check those out. Okay, Mark, I'm hoping that holds true because I thought Scream 5 was like excellent. I mean, I thought it felt exactly like a Scream movie, and the first one that wasn't made by Wes Craven, obviously, because he passed away. So that's why I was like, okay. I completely agree with this review by Moonlight Motel right here. I'm going to pop it up on the screen. I thought it had a lack of personality among the new class. Aside from Jenna, we love Jenna. Obviously, she's proved herself with Wednesday being a huge hit. But other than like, I liked the one kid from Goosebumps, but he didn't make it through that movie. Sorry, spoiler alert for Scream 5. But it's been out for over a year. He was the one where I was like, oh, you're the most famous of all these kids. Like, I know you. And he I don't know. He was Jack's son on Lost, and he was like David in that show Awake. But like, I thought if Scream 5 had been cast the way that Scream 1 had, and it's hard to do that. It's hard to know that you've got like this generation of actors that's like, ooh, these are all going to be good, like so good together. And even if they're not in major things after this, like this is their defining thing. And I don't feel like we got that in Scream 5. So that was my number one complaint about Scream 5, where I was like, if the cast had been as good as the cast of the first movie, this would have been the best Scream movie, I think. I know, Mark, you say Scream is the low note, but I see, and that's the one I've seen the least, but I like it all, the metaphysical, like, is that what I mean? Metaphysical? The meta aspect of it all, where it's like, it takes it to a next level from the second one because they're like filming the movie, right, in the third one, and so I like that aspect of it. Also, Parker Posey's so good in that one, and yeah. Christina Ricci is going to be at MegaCon, and I'm like, do I get the photo with her? I'm thinking I'm gonna. All right, Dee, thank you for tuning in. I'll probably go soon, anyways, too. I feel like I've been just rambling here for a while, but I feel like we got on a good chat with movies. Like, what's your favorite scary movie? Because for me, I think it is Scream. I like Scream, and I love, and I will say this forever, and it is not for everybody, I love The Frighteners. Look, I get a free ticket to go see King Kong in the theaters, the Peter Jackson King Kong. This movie, Michael J. Fox, it was like one of his last major studio movies. Peter Jackson directed this movie, and this is the movie that is the reason why Lord of the Rings got made, because he bought all the computers. All the computers that were bought to make the special effects for this movie are what were used to make the special effects for Lord of the Rings. So fun fact there. I'm not even a big Lord of the Rings fan, but I just like that. I like The Frighteners. It's weird. It's got that guy who's in a million Star Trek things, too. That's on my radar. Dragon Con. Scarf nipple barf for Austin. There was no barf in Austin. There wasn't anything I had. Let me just like rewind here and make sure that's true. Yeah, there isn't anything I had that I was like, I wouldn't eat again. It was all so good. It was so good. I'm serious though. We should talk scary movies. Do people like scary movies? I thought the new Halloween movie was awful. I liked the first one, the first new Halloween movie, and then the other two were terrible. I don't love Lord of the Rings, so I didn't watch the show. The fact that it seems like they're just going to make movies that are going to now be like, yeah, we're going to just kind of rip off the idea of the show seems really crappy to me. But yeah, favorite scary movie is Hocus Pocus. Lindsay, did you change your name on here? Are you the Lindsay I think you are? Um, I have to like look at my scary movies when I say like, oh, what scary movies do you love? I know it's crazy, but I like Cabin in the Woods. But that's like, I don't know if that's like technically scary, if that's like a dissection of a scary movie. Cabin Fever, because I like River Phoenix. Oh, I actually loved, only the first one though. I loved it. What year did this come out? 2017? Yeah, 2017 it. Part 2, not as much. Part 1 though, amazing. Oh, they have Halloween Kills up here. I can see it. Oh, I did buy Scream 4 finally. Okay, I can rewatch that one. Because Kirby's in the new one. I thought I just bought, like... It's not, like, super scary, but The Last Night in Soho was really good. But I'd put it in scary movie territory. So, like, my movies used to be organized, like, TV on DVD. And then it went into horror movies. Then it was, like, drama. Then it was adventure, comedy, action. Like, adventure would be, like, epic. Like, I don't know. The children's scary movies? What do you mean children's scary movies, John? Do you mean, like, Goosebumps? Because I love this movie. Just the first one. Don't love the second one. But I'll watch it. Girl. Jay, don't even mess with me. You're talking to 90s Con. Is Melissa Joan Hart going to be there? Oh, no Salem. Boo. Halloween 3 I haven't seen. I need to watch Halloween 3. It keeps coming up so much. I do like the original Nightmare on Elm Street a lot. I love Stranger Things. You know how much I love Stranger Things. Yeah, you gotta watch Scream. You gotta watch it. You gotta lock it. Okay, so I've had phases, because John says he doesn't love scary movies. I've had phases of scary movies. So when I was younger, I think I talked about this, I wanted to be a special effects, like I was like 18 when I thought this. I always wanted to go to school for movies. I wanted to be a special effects artist for a while, like at least have that be a thing I learned how to do. But in 2003, when I graduated high school, the internet is not what it is now in terms of a database, and finding any information about any of that, because YouTube wasn't a thing, until like, I don't know, 2005, I think, or something. But like people weren't making stuff like that. So I was like, I found books, like, because I worked at Borders, and I would Google books, like stagecraft books, things like that, and like try to make masks. I always thought I wanted to make like a practical effect, like horror movie. I thought it would be really cool to make like a werewolf movie or something like that. And so I'd watch any like horror, like bloody horror movie. But then like Saw came around, and I liked the first 3 Saw movies enough. Like I liked what they were doing with the big twists and stuff like that. But then it just became like torture porn, and I don't like that. And so, but I find that nowadays I love Get Out, but I think I like Us more. I don't know why, because it's a little more, it's not as clear cut, I feel like, about what it's about. And like, I love a good social commentary movie. So that's why I love Get Out. And I loved The New Invisible Man. That was really good. And I'm trying to think. I feel like I just watched something recently too, and I was like, oh, good. I love a good social commentary horror movie. But, I don't think people read through movies. They're not coming through quite the way they used to. Otherwise, I don't know that we'd be in the same situation we are in now. But just scrolling through here. Sorry, I paused it by accident. Oh my God, Signs has a scary part. I remember the first time I saw Signs, and then I saw it again, and I would always watch for everybody's reaction, because the part where they all scream. It's when they're watching the video in the closet, and it's the video of the birthday party, and the alien walks by the window, because it pauses just enough, and it makes everyone jump. And I used to love to watch people watch that movie. But oh, that's so nice. Thank you, Nick. Suspiria, okay. Original Halloween, sure. Oh, Alien, body horror. The first Alien movie is just it's so good. I mean, I like all the Alien movies, honestly, even the bad ones, which is I feel like lately more than less. But Aliens, they're good. The Ring, I think, is a good one. I think Gore Verbinski is like underrated in terms of the horror that he brought to The Ring, the American remake of The Ring. I don't like the second one. God, I keep saying that. I usually do like the sequels. Barbarian was great. I saw Barbarian, Mark. That was a movie where I will tell anybody to watch. HBO Max, I think it's still on there. My jaw was on the floor. And that, like, when it gets to this part where it just stops and it, like, restarts from a different place, different person, different, and you're like, what is going on? And when it catches back up, you're like, like it's just so good. I think Stranger Things is like okay to say. I am very much looking forward to that new Haunted Mansion. So I'm hoping that's at least spooky. I am also hoping for a Trick or Treat 2 because Trick or Treat 1, if you haven't seen it, excuse me. I am a big fan of that one. I mean, isn't that like the only movie that's actually about Halloween, like the lore of Halloween? I don't know if that's true, but you know. I think Scream is like Lizzie said it here. Scream isn't that scary, so I think it's a good one to watch even if you get scared easily because I think Scream it doesn't I think it maybe has like one or two jump scares, but I think it's more about like the mystery. Like who is it, you know? Tim Curry. Love Tim Curry. Nope is a Pokemon movie. Oh yeah, The Walking Dead, man. I stopped watching The Walking Dead. Whatever season Negan showed up and he took the baseball bat to Glenn's head, I was like, I'm out. You teased this character's death so many times on the show that when it finally happened, it felt so stupid. It was like, why didn't you just kill him those other couple of times? Because it just felt like such a bad... Like, I get it. You're following the narrative of a comic a little bit, but the other stuff you put him through wasn't, and I don't know. And it doesn't have to be. And I don't know. It's just lost of where I was like, all right, no one's safe. Like, I get it. But it was also like, why am I watching this? There's no hope. There's no ending. There's no, like, is there going to be a cure? Is this just life and how they live life? I don't know. Maybe that was the mistake of the first season, introducing the idea that there could be a cure, and then there wasn't. I want to believe that people... I don't know. I think that was the hardest part because it was just kind of like no matter how hard you believe that people could find a way of life again, it's never going to be that good. And that's kind of what The Last of Us is about too, isn't it? Was I guest relations at Hollywood Studios in 2013? No, I was at Lights, Motors, Action and the Backlot Tour. I did work at Hollywood Studios though. I didn't love Nope. I know that's come up a couple times in here. My friend loved it, but I am going to watch it again. I get it. I get the themes. I get what it's about. I've read about it. I've done all that stuff. I don't, for me personally, and I love, there's like some really original ideas. It doesn't feel like it comes together as good as Us and the other one. So it doesn't, like if this was his first movie, I really don't think, I don't know that it would have had... I don't know if it would be have taken as kindly. I'm not saying it's bad. I don't think it's as like clear cut as the other. Not clear cut. I don't know how to word it. I just don't think it's as successful in its narrative story, in its storytelling as the other two are. Oh my god, I gotta do whatchamacallit, I think. Oh my god, and I love whatchamacallit from Signs. Charmed. No, I don't. Corey Hall is asking if I like found footage. I don't really, because I feel like it became that fad so quickly. But like I remember watching Cloverfield, and like I liked Cloverfield. I was worried it was going to make me sick. And I did see The Fourth Kind. Isn't that also like a found footage film? That's the one about aliens, though, right? The Mila Jovovich. I will watch any movie with Mila Jovovich in it. I love her because I saw The Fifth Element when I was a little kid, and I was like, this lady is cool. Like, she's a superstar. She's an action star. It's like, no matter how you dress her up or anything like that, this lady kicks ass. And I love I love a strong female. Like, I love Buffy. I love, I love that sort of stuff. I haven't watched the Orphan prequel, but I did hear good things about it. I remember watching the original Orphan, and I thought that was like an insane twist in the end of that movie. David, I see you wrote The Exorcist in here. Are you aware that there is an Exorcist movie coming out this year, and it is going to be like how the Halloween movies were only a sequel to the first Halloween movie? This new Exorcist movie is only a sequel to the first Exorcist movie. So like Ellen Bernstein is in it again, and I'm pretty interested in that. Megan. I saw Megan, and I gotta tell you, it lives up to the hype. It's absurd, but it's perfect. It's one of those where it's like just right. Everything in it is just cheeky enough, just sassy enough, just sarcastic enough, just gay enough. It's perfect. It's so good. It's so absurdly ridiculous, but it works. It's so good. And I am positive we are going to get a Megan house at Halloween Horror Nights. Like, I feel it in my bones. Like, I mean, they have such a good relationship with Blumhouse. I don't know about The Last of Us as much, but it was rumored to be a house last year, so that would lead me to believe it's almost positive this year, right? Oh no, is David Gordon Green the one? Well, he directed Halloween. Is he the one who did the trailer? Adaptations? Reboot, sequel, remake coming out within. Sorry, Mark. I just saw your comment, so you probably said that after I even said the thing. That worries me a little bit now. Yeah, I was still hoping for a Stranger Things house too, but I feel like The Last of Us is what I wanted The Walking Dead to be as well. Like, so far. The Candyman from 1982? Yeah. I don't know if you've seen the new Candyman, though. The one that had... oh my god, I forgot his name. The guy who was the Manta character in the first Aquaman movie. He's so good in the new Ant-Man movie. The new Ant-Man. The new Candyman movie. And it ties into the original. Like, you don't have to have ever seen it recently, because they kind of like sum it up in the movie, but it rolls into it so well. It's so good. It's so good. I really liked that. I really liked that movie. I highly recommend that one. Yep, everyone agrees. Walking Dead was crap after they killed Glenn. Here for the cocaine bear. Yeah, I'm excited for Halloween Horror Nights houses to start getting announced. I gotta watch Chucky. I haven't watched that show yet. I mean, I've seen the original Child's Play. I've seen like Child's Play 3. I haven't seen all the Chucky movies, but I've heard the show's really good, so I really want to watch that. So I can be like really into it. There's a new Insidious movie coming out this year too, and that's why I think there would be an Insidious house too, because it is. I feel like they've done a house for all the other Insidiouses, but also this Insidious is like direct sequel to the first two, and it's directed by Patrick, what's his name, who played the dad in the first one, but like the kid is all grown up and is in this one too, and I'm like, the little kid from Iron Man 3, and I'm like, if you have not seen Insidious, I would highly recommend them. I thought for some reason they were going to be like super bloody movies. I don't even think there's blood in the movie, but they're like, I would be like, it's a modern day Poltergeist remake borderline, but it's so good. I love the Poltergeist though. I think the Poltergeist is one of my favorite movies. I keep saying the Poltergeist. I think it's just called Poltergeist. But I never get tired. Craig T. Nelson, like I that movie is like, that movie's good. I watched it when the Halloween Horror Nights house. I'd seen it when I was a kid, but like watching it with Halloween Horror Nights house, I was like, I just love this movie. It's like a Steven Spielberg horror movie. It's crazy. I mean, I know he like came up with the idea and everything, but I'd like a Paranormal Activity movie that wasn't done with found footage. I just really found footage stuff like really turns me off. I wish there was more like, oh, we found the footage, but here's us looking at the footage. I don't know. Oh, sorry, I'm yawning now. I've been talking so long by myself here. But the chat is popping off tonight. You guys came here to chat. The lipstick demon in the first Insidious scared me. I love the Conjuring movies, though, too. Although I haven't seen the third one. So I love them so much, I haven't seen the third one. But I just love Vera Farmiga. I don't know how to say it. And Patrick what's his name? Love them so much, don't remember their names or how to say them. But I love them as the Warrens, and I watched Bates Motel like all the way through, so I was a big fan of hers from that. That's how I know her. So I'm always like, oh, it's Norma. It's Norma Bates. Bates Motel was so good. I'm sorry. It started off, the first like 3 episodes are a little slow, and then it like, but then once it gets to the event that needs to happen, and it's not from the movie, it's like, okay. Then to the end of the show, it's just like, ooh, it's good. And it gets to the movie and then goes a little past the movie, which is cool. Yeah, that's the lipstick demon you're talking about, Raffi, with that's behind the mom while she's talking. That made me like, ugh, like, yeah, Mark, right there, you just said Bates Motel. Bates Motel is just one of those things where I feel like it's so underappreciated. Like, it's 5 seasons. I feel like it was on Netflix. I don't know if it still is, but it's like Freddie Highmore ended up like writing some of the episodes, which is crazy too, because he played Norman on the show, and the kid that played his brother was so good, and then also had that girl who's on that new Game of Thrones show, who was in Me and Earl and the Dying Girl, and she was in Ready Player One, and she's so good on that show, so good. Like, everybody on that show is so good, and it had such Nestor Carbonell was on it, and he's just like, oh. It's one of those shows where I'm like, I'm gonna rewatch that someday. Like, Fear for Me, though, so good. So like, it just really was one of those shows where you're just like, it'll be so messed up, but it would always have you like, what? Like, I don't know. Yeah, the son is Freddie Highmore, because he was Charlie and Charlie in the Chocolate Factory, and he was the little boy in Finding Neverland, who will always destroy me to tears at the end of that movie. Or the part where he's just like ripping the books up. I completely agree. Vera should have won awards for that show. It's crazy to me that it wasn't more like recognized. It was on A&E though. That was the weird part, because it was like, what other shows are on here? I don't know. I've seen Midsummer, Keith. Okay, I saw Midsummer, and I almost said a really bad word. I hated every second of it. I was in Olivia Cooke. Yes, that's who it is. I think her character's name was Sam in Bates Motel. I'm not positive, but anyway, I love Olivia Cooke. She's so good. Midsummer was just like, there was a downpour when I was walking from the parking garage to the AMC. It was the coldest AMC I'd ever been in my entire life. So I had to watch this movie soaking wet. Didn't realize it was like 3.5 hours long. And it's just so messed up. And it wasn't even that it was like, oh, it's not messed up. It was like the type where I was like, some guy like sat down in a room and wrote this movie. And then some other guy, I know it because I believe the screenwriter and the director are man. I'm not saying that guy in that way, but read it and was like, yeah, I want to make it. This sounds great. It's so insane, but not in the way that I like. And it's just weird, and I hate it. I hate how much she cries in it. I hate every second of that movie put on film, I think. I just don't like it. Where's The Village rank for me? Are we talking in terms of M. Night Shyamalan movies? For me, The Village, I think, suffered from bad marketing that made you believe, like, it was going to be this big horror movie. And it wasn't really a horror movie. It was more about a movie about survival. And so I think if like you remove that aspect, that you're expecting something that's like a Sixth Sense or anything like that, I guessed the ending way too early into that movie, because I kept thinking, where I was like, how do they know it's this? How would they be able to keep track of time and years this long? And lo and behold, that was like kind of the thing. But that movie did give us Bryce Dallas Howard. That, and then we got Lady in the Water, right? Yeah, I think if Bates Motel was on Netflix or Hulu, it would have got not A&E. Like, who was watching A&E? I remember I didn't even really have cable, so I had to I forgot what I was watching it on. I had to download it, I think, and so I lost it the last 2 seasons. But then when they put it on streaming service right when it was done, I was like, boom, watch it all. I haven't watched Peaky Blinders. I do need to watch Peaky Blinders. I've heard good things about that. I can't. My best friend's husband loves Midsummer, and my joke is always like, I don't know. I'm just like, I'd rather poke my eyes out than ever watch that movie again. But I love a good reference to it. Like my friend Lane, he had his dog. He had a teddy bear onesie, and his dog had flowers in their hair, and I was like, this is hilarious. Pet Sematary. I watched the new Pet Sematary. I guess they're doing a prequel to the new one too. That's what I've heard. It was like filmed. I think that might be coming out this year too. I should. Oh, you know what? I just realized I have my list of all the things. I said it earlier. All the stuff that I was going to do for. The bourbon study. So let's go through some of the nerd stuff since I made a whole list here, and then we'll call it a night. How about that? We've been doing this for an hour and 40 minutes. Jeez, this is the longest one I've ever done. Let me see. Pages. I gotta watch Ghosts. I know I keep hearing Ghosts come up in so much conversation. If you guys have never seen the movie Extraordinary, I think it's an Irish movie, but Will Forte is in it. It's not like a horror movie, but it is. It's like how Hot Fuzz isn't really a horror movie; it's a zombie, but it is a zombie movie. It's in that same vein, but it's ghosts, and so it's about like possessions, and it's about this one girl. It is so funny. Like, I highly recommend it. It's in my Amazon wish list right now because it's one of those things where like lately I refuse to pay over $15 for a movie, and it hasn't been under $17.99, so I'm waiting. But I see everybody talking about ghosts and all that sort of stuff. I think I highly, highly, highly recommend this movie. Like, it is absurd, but it is good. Okay, so here's my potential, like, it's just a list of all the big things. Not many I'm sticking with it, but, so I said Scream was this week, right? And then Shazam, John Wick. I love the John Wick movies. They just get better and better and better. And then Dungeons and Dragons, and then the Super Mario Brothers movie, and then Renfield, and then the Power Rangers 30th anniversary is on Netflix in April, like, 19th, I think. And then after that, Peter Pan and Wendy, the Disney Plus movie, and then Guardians of the Galaxy is the next week. And then 2 weeks after that is Fast X, which that's more of a, Jill made me put on the list. I've only seen 1, 2, and 6 of the Fast and Furious movies, but I think I'm going to try and watch them and catch up. And then after that is Little Mermaid, then we have Spider-Verse, then Transformers, Rise of the Beasts, then Flash, then Elemental, then Indiana Jones, then I have a little blank, then Mission Impossible 7, Barbie, Haunted Mansion, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and then 2 weeks after that, Blue Beetle, and then after that is the Power Rangers. The actual 30th anniversary is that day, is the 28th. It's actually Power Rangers. It's National Power Rangers Day, is August 28th, because that's when the first episode aired 30 years ago. And then I've got a big space through like September, October, like then November's got like Doctor Who, The Marvels. And so there's big spaces there. But that's a lot of stuff to like every week we got going. So Dungeons and Dragons, I don't know. It could go either way. I am interested because I like Chris Pine and then the kid from Detective Pikachu. He's got an interesting name. I can't remember his name. It's not Moses, right? It's like it's like a word. What is his name? I believe he might be Detective Pikachu. Justice. His name is Justice. Justice Smith. It's a new animated TMNT movie. I believe it's the Seth Rogen produced one that's coming out this year. So John Wick doesn't kill the dogs. I'm assuming you mean you hope another dog doesn't get killed in John Wick. There is another dog in it though. Yeah. There is a dog. I saw it on the preview, but yeah, I did mean Shaun of the Dead. I think I said Hot Fuzz before. Sorry. Just catching up on the chance here. Indiana Jones. I'm with you. Moonlight Motel. Like, yeah, Crystal Skull. Pretty on the surface, pretty awful, right? But it's an Indiana Jones movie, and I'm still gonna watch it. And so I can't wait. I think the trailer for this one looks incredible, and I love it. I don't know. Just a big fan. I'm going to be sad because it's his last one. So I do see you say the Hasbro Pulse Yellow Power Ranger Morpher. They did a Pink Ranger Morpher too, and they did the regular Morpher. I have it right here. I can show it to you. So, like, my guess is they're going to do a green one soon. Actually, I heard a rumor that they're doing the Master Morpher from the 25th anniversary, and that's going to be the 30th anniversary thing they do, which is weird. Why wouldn't you just do your own thing? But I heard that Jason David Frank may have recorded the audio for it before he passed away. So, we'll see. But, yeah. So, they did do it. And this is whoops. Well, this is the whole thing. It comes with like a little display. So, hold on. So this is, oh God. I'm like shaking over here. I thought the Beetleborgs, but they've got to be adults now. Like, I don't want the kids again. Enough for the kids. Enough. I don't like kids. Kids are fine. I'm just kidding. Oh my God, the movie Strays. Yes, I have to add that in my list because that looks really, really funny. Anyway, that's that. See, you can. All the coins are on there. The coins are all metal. I don't. So you got this stand, and then you got the buckle that never came with the original. That was the Dino buckler, but so you can wear it on your belt or your back where it's supposed to be. And then it's like got the Z on the back and the thing, and it's like, you know, you can get your actual hand in it. But this isn't the one they're using as the prop on the show. It's they did the Legacy Morpher. Yes, this is the Lightning Morpher. The Legacy Morpher is the Bandai Morpher, so it was metal here. This is plastic. The coins are metal. So if you like take the coin out, oops, take the coin out, dun, dun, dun. Let's put in our favorite Ranger, the Blue Ranger. See, it changes color. I'm trying to like look at the computer and the camera at the same time. I do think it's cool though that it like changes and kind of becomes all their colors. Anyway, just being a nerd because it's malfunctioned because the coin isn't in there correct. Oh, it does not accept this. Oh, it's in upside down. That's why. Oh my God, I've been showing it to you upside down. So there's this fun thing about, there's a mistake in the original toy. So the original toy is right behind me. Right here. See, so this is the original toy. You can see the size difference is crazy. But the original toy, so look at the back of this, the handle. See where the button is like that? And I would hold it like that, and that's where it says my muffin. That's not where it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be like this. Whereas on this, I have to hold it like this. So, like, they stickered it incorrectly. So that's the whole thing, is that like, it was weird. It was all incorrect because it came stickered. So you didn't sticker it yourself. So it was like a mistake. Anyway, fun, weird fact about it. But I still like the original toy the best because for me, this was the original prop from the show. This was what they were using on the show, is this toy. And so that's where I'm like, I don't know why they made these so big. Like, I get it, so my hand can actually fit through it a little better because this is a little more, I mean, my hand fits through both. But you know what I mean? There's more space. Like, I can actually close my fist, really, and not worry about snapping this off. But, semantics. Anyway, so, yeah, if you're looking for a Morpher, I think they're going to release those. I like that they had a little stand. I think Hasbro does a good job. I know they get some people are a little more uptight about stuff than I am, but I'm just happy there's, like, options out there and that they're consistently making fan stuff. I think that's cool. Anyway. Oh, you got your proton packs. I had to put my proton pack back in. It's all wrapped up and it's in its box and it's acting like a little desk table over there. And I can't take it out until I move. I kept the wand out, obviously, but yeah, it bums me out. I just don't have any space here. I don't know, really. I could take it out if I need to. If you were like, we got to go get a group to be Ghostbusters, I'd be like, okay, I'll get it out. So it's like still right there, but it's like, it's in a box. What a bummer, right? Yeah, these coins are all metal, and they have like the helmets. The helmets are all on the back of them. I have the. So that's how they differ, sort of, from like. From the Bandai ones. I don't think they had anything on the back of them in those ones too. The Bandai one is metal and it's a little less thick, I think, than this, and it like plays the theme song for some weird reason. I don't know why they added so many features. It doesn't need to do anything. This one's okay because at least it's just them saying morphing and doing whatever. I feel like there should be a button though where you could just make it make the noise and nothing else. But anyway, yeah. Hey, thank you all for hanging out with me. I'm gonna go now because I gotta go walk my little doggies. And look at that, 1 beer, 2 hours. Warm. Thanks everybody for hanging out though tonight. There was so many of you in here, and the chat was popping. Austin, from Austin, I was just there. I gotta figure out what I want to do with my life. God, where I want to go, who I want to be, what I want to do. Something. Anyway, thank you everybody. Thank you for chatting. Thank you for being lively. Thank you for this. It was fun. And I hope we all do it again. I'd maybe like check this out. I think tomorrow night I'm going to try and do the movie chat. So just like stay tuned for that. I've never done it where I've brought somebody in before through this. So it might be like a little touch and go. But I'll try and post about it as early as possible, as soon as I can. But yeah, anyway. I will check that out, Koenig. So thank you, everybody. I hope you all have a good night, and I'll see you soon. Oh, David, I would love to go to Dollywood. That's on my list. Oh, okay. Anyway, I'm going to go.